So you're trying to run Facebook ads and you heard about this thing called the Facebook Business Manager. You're at that point, you jumped into your Facebook Business Manager most likely, and now you're just overwhelmed. There's a whole lot going on in there that you've never seen before, lots of words that you don't understand, lots of options. What the heck is the Facebook Business Manager? What are you supposed to do in there? What is everything in there? That's what this video is for. I've done one of these previously, but Facebook recently updated their dashboard and moved some things around, new icons, etc. So I'm going to do an updated version of a Facebook Business Manager tutorial / walkthrough. Okay, so first off, if you haven't yet created a Facebook Business Manager, just do a Google search, just Business Manager, easy as that. You can even spell it wrong like I did. Click on Business Manager Overview, will bring you to this page, top right. Click on either login or create account. Both are going to give you the option. You need to first have a personal, regular Facebook account set up, and then you're off of that one, you're going to create your Business Manager account. If you don't have one set up, or if you want to set up a different one, you can do that. But you'll click Create Account, and then right here, like I said, you either need to log into the Facebook that you already have or create a new one. And then from here, just follow the steps that it walks you through. You're gonna have to input some required information. You're gonna have to have a physical address to plug in there. You're gonna have to have a phone number to plug in there, a business email address to plug in there, and then also a website to plug in there. And one little trick I'll give you that might save some of you some headache is for the website, you don't necessarily have to go create an actual website. Create a Facebook business page, create a Facebook page, and then use the URL for that page as your website, and that should work for you. Okay, now once you've got all that set up, you can jump inside of your Facebook Business Manager. Now I don't know exactly what page you're gonna be logged into once you're logged into your Facebook Business Manager account, but if you come up here to the top left and click on this menu icon, this is where you're gonna get everything that you need inside of the Facebook Business Manager. This is your main menu right here. So let's come up here, click on that. The first section up top here, that's shortcuts. This will change depending on what you click into the most. So you might see the icons switched around right here. Now I'm gonna try and keep this as simple as possible and take this really just one step at a time here. So first thing, if you just wanted to go straight to it, just start running some ads, you want to do that from inside of your ads manager. So if I click on ads manager right here, and then from inside of here is where you can run ads. You're going to create campaigns. Inside of those campaigns, you're going to have ad sets, which is where you're going to do your targeting, your placements, who you're going to send your ad to, and where they're going to see it. And then inside of your ad sets, you're going to have your ads, which is your creative, your video, your images, your copywriting, all of that stuff. So you've got campaigns, ad sets inside of your campaigns, and then ads inside of your ad sets. And the way you start to set that up is first just click this green create button. And that'll take you to this page where you first start to set up, you choose which campaign type you're going to choose, and then you start to work on your ad set and your ads. And I've got other videos on how to set up, structure, name your ads, your campaigns, your ad sets, your ads. And then I also have videos on, just in the ad set section, how to do targeting. And I've got a whole bunch of videos on all this stuff, so I'm not going to dive into every little bit of this right here. I'm just going to show you that this is here, and this is where you run ads and set up your first campaign and all that. But make sure and go check out my Facebook ads playlist and also my Instagram ads playlist, because everything Instagram ads is inside of Facebook ads. Now, I think I might have neglected this earlier on in the video, but if you've made it here, you've probably already heard this, but the great thing about Facebook Business Manager is you can house everything that you need to under one roof. You can have it all consolidated together into one dashboard, so to speak. And what I mean by that is if you've got multiple Facebook pages, multiple Instagram accounts, you're running ads for multiple clients, you've got multiple websites, you're selling different kinds of products, you want to add people, you want to give certain people access to certain things and certain people not access to certain, I don't know if that makes sense, but you want to share stuff with ad agencies that you just hired. All of that is going to be made possible through the Facebook Business Manager. And I'm going to show you right now where and how you can kind of see and organize all of that. So if you come up here, let's come back up to this big menu. Remember, this big menu is where you're going to access everything. We're going to click into business settings. Now on this business settings page, if you look over here in the left column, we've got a bunch of different tabs and drop down menus: users, accounts, data sources, brand safety, etc. So this section, the business settings section, is where you're going to add pages, remove pages, add people, remove people, create new ad accounts, request access, all that stuff is done from right here inside of business settings. So let's just take this one step at a time here, users, and then I've got people selected. So this is where you will add people to your business manager account. Just come right here and click on the add button. You'll throw in their email address, and then you'll choose whether you want them to have employee access or admin access. And then you can also click advanced options if you want them to have like finances access. So I'm gonna click on admin access. So I'm gonna throw in, this is a fake email right here, by the way. If I can get it typed out. Okay, just so I can click next. And then right here, once you've clicked next, you've got pages, ad accounts, catalogs, and apps. And so you're going to select what you want to assign this person to. And so let's say there's a page that I want to assign them to. So I'm going to click on pages. And then let's say it's this ScoShow page. So I'll click on ScoShow. And then I'll click what accesses I want to give them on my page. And once I have those selected there, then I'll click invite, and that person will be invited. Once they accept, they'll have access to the page that I gave them access to and the accesses, the features that I gave them access to on that page. And then if you ever want to remove anybody, just come down here, hover over their name, and then just click the trash can, and they're gone from the accesses that they have on your page. So when you just add someone like that, and how I just gave them access to the page, they can't come in here and look through your whole business manager and stuff like we're doing right now. They'll literally just have just the accesses that you granted them just to your Facebook page. And so what you technically did right there is you added a person to your business manager account, and you gave them certain accesses to one of your assets. In this case, one of the assets that we gave them access to is a page, a Facebook page. All right, next one down is partners. And if we click on add right here, you can give a partner access to your assets, or you can ask a partner to share their assets. So if we want to give a partner access, just click that there. And then right here, we'll throw in their partner business ID. And if you look right here, like this is someone who I've already added, but that's their ID right there. And so you'll just need to get their ID from them and come throw it in right here. And then if you ever need to get your ID to send to somebody, if you click on accounts and then add accounts that you want to select, and then right here is where you will find your ID for that ad account. So when you're adding someone as a partner, you're adding their ad account as a partner. And then same thing, you'll choose which accesses you give them or don't give them. And then if you want to ask a partner to share their assets with you, you'll use this option right here. Click get started, fill out the required information, click next, select the asset types that you want, and then from there, send the request. And once they accept it, you'll have all that. All right, so under accounts now, this is where you've got pages, ad accounts, and Instagram accounts. Those are like the main ones that people are most often using. Business asset, groups, apps, line of business. I'm not gonna poke into those right now, but pages right here, so Facebook pages, this is how you add and remove pages. I'm not going to talk about how to remove stuff again because it's really easy. For example, if I come over here and just hover over it, there's the trash can. So anything you want to remove, just hover over it, hit the trash can, it's gone. All right, so if we come up here to the blue button and click add, we've got three options. We can add a page, request access to a page, or create a new page. So create a new page, that's very straightforward. If you want to create a new one, that's how you can do that. Request access to a page. So let's say you want to run ads or work on somebody else's Facebook page. You can that they own, and you're not trying to transfer ownership to you. All you have to do is just right here request access to the page, and once they accept that invitation, then you'll be able to access and do things on their page. So if you just give that a click, all you need is their Facebook page name or URL, throw that in there, click request access, and then they'll get that invitation. And by the way, because sometimes people don't get notifications and it's like, well, where's the invitation? I don't know where it's at. Hopefully you're working with someone that already has a Facebook Business Manager account set up. If they don't, I recommend to you that you recommend to them that they do set up a Facebook Business Manager. And also go ahead and recommend that they watch this video to learn the ins and outs of and everything that's going on inside of the Facebook Business Manager. But what you want to do for requests when they're sent, if you just come down here to the request section and give that a click inside of your business settings inside the Facebook Business Manager, then right here you should be able to see any invitations that have been sent to you or that you've sent to other people. And then the last thing here on pages, the last option, if you do want to actually own a page and add it and own it inside of your Facebook Business Manager, then this is the option that you want to use right here. All right, ad accounts. Same thing as with the pages. You're gonna have the ad option right here, and it's the exact same options. Create a new ad account, request access to an ad account, or add an ad account. And I believe right now, currently, you can have up to 25 ad accounts. I know that's changed over the years, but I believe right now you can have up to 25 different ad accounts. So that's how you'll add or request access or create new ad accounts right here. And then once you have created a new ad account, and also I should have said this up here with pages, but once you've got a page loaded in here, if you need to assign a person or a partner to that page, you can do that from up here. Click add people or add partners, and you can assign right there. You could also go up to the people section and go to the person and then assign new assets to that person. And that's the same thing with ad accounts. You know, just select your ad account, and then in this section you can add people, add partners, and or add assets to that ad account. And then Instagram accounts is kind of the same thing as ad accounts and pages, but there's one little difference that's actually a little bit annoying. But if you come up here and click on the blue add button, you'll notice that we don't have those same options. We just have a connect your Instagram account option, and if we click that, it's going to force you to log in with a username and password, and that's how you connect an Instagram account to your Facebook Business Manager. But that's not super helpful if you're working with clients and trying to do stuff for them in their Instagram account, because they probably don't want you to have their username and password to their IG, and also you don't want to own their IG inside of your Facebook Business Manager. So what to do in this scenario is they need to create a Facebook Business Manager account. They need to add their Instagram account like we just saw to do here. They need to do that inside of their Facebook Business Manager, and then they need to come right here and select their Instagram account, click on assign partners, get your Facebook business ID, throw that in here, and click next, and invite you to be a partner on their Instagram account. Or if you're trying to share your Instagram account with an agency, then I recommend that you create a Facebook Business Manager account, add your IG to it, come in here, click on your IG, assign partners, and assign the agency that you're working with as a partner on your Instagram account. Okay, let's click on the data sources tab right here. This is where you have catalogs. Catalogs, I'm not going to jump into that right now, but that might be one you're going to mess with. That's where that is right here. Pixels, definitely you're going to want to mess with pixels, especially if you're selling anything. Pixel is what's going to allow you to track everything. For example, if you run an ad, someone clicks on it, goes to your website and buys the product, well, how do you track that that sale came through which ad, or that it even came through an ad at all? The way you're going to track that is your pixel. It's a little bit of code, place it on your website that connects Facebook to your website, and all the people that click and go to your website, it's going to be able to track everything that they do on your website. And it's also probably tracking a lot of other stuff that doesn't even like that they're doing off of your website on other websites, all that sort of stuff. But that's how you're going to be able to track everything. That's how you're going to know like which ads are successful, which ads are leading to purchases. And that's also what's going to allow you to build lookalike audiences and do retargeting campaigns. If you don't know what those are, don't trip about it right now, but those are super important, lookalike audiences and retargeting campaigns. So definitely pixel. All right, so if you click on the add button, this is where you can create a new pixel. I'm not going to go through how to set up pixels. That's I've got other videos on that. Check those out, but that's a whole other thing. And then same dealio here. We can add people, assign partners, and add assets to the pixel. And I believe you can create up to 100 pixels right now. So that's about it here for the business settings section. There's obviously more tabs down here, but they're pretty self-explanatory. I just wanted to make sure that we went through those main things and hopefully made them understandable so you're not confused or overwhelmed by them. Let's come back up here to the big drop-down menu. The events manager section is another important section that you're going to want to know about. This is where you're going to access your pixels. So if you see right here, there's this tab with this drop-down. I got to blur some of this, but this is where I've got different ad accounts right here. And so I've currently got this one like dummy, or it might be disabled ad account. And there's no pixel or anything associated with it. But if I switch this over to an account that does have a pixel, that'll bring you into this section where it's going to give you a lot of the data that your pixel's been gathering and storing. So you can use these graphs to look at things right here. You can use this section down here where it gives you information on the different events. Your test events, your events are going to be things like add to cart, initiate checkout, purchase, add payment info. the pixel is going to be able to track all that stuff for you, and each one of those things is going to be called an event. If we come back up here to this big menu, and now let's click on audiences. This is where you're going to be able to create, I mentioned earlier, custom and lookalike audiences. You're going to need your pixel in place first so that your pixel can be gathering all the data. And then once you've gathered enough data, to put it simply, you can come in here and create lookalike audiences. And this is also where you'll be able to create audiences for retargeting. I'm going to break that down for you right here real quick. But basically what a lookalike audience is, say you've got enough purchases on your website, then you can tell Facebook to go look at all the data they have on those people that made that purchase, and then Facebook will go find other people, other audiences based off of those people to put your ads in front of. So it's basically like, hey, these are the people that have been buying successfully from your website. Facebook, go find me that same type of people, but a bigger audience so I can advertise to them. And that is called a lookalike audience. So super, super powerful stuff. It's just like, once there's enough data there, super easy way for Facebook to go find you more of your ideal customer. So if we come up here and click on create audience, we've got two options, custom audience and lookalike audience. So if I click on custom audience, I'll show you what's going on in here. So you've got different sources that you can create this custom audience off of. Your website, your customer list, your offline activity, app activity, video, Instagram business profile, lead form, anyways, all these right here, right? So if we clicked on website, for example, then it gives us these different options, include people who meet any of the following criteria. You can change that to any or all. And so I could create a custom audience of all website visitors in the past, let's see, what's the max? 180 days. So if I wanted to create an audience and retarget that audience, send an ad to that audience of everybody that's visited my website in the last 180 days, this is how I would do that. If I click on customer list right here, if you have a email list, a CSV file, an Excel sheet, a Google sheet of customers' emails, phone numbers, addresses, stuff like that, you can input that into here, and then Facebook will match that with profiles on Facebook. So let's say, for example, you have an email list of people that have purchased on your website. What you can do is upload that email list. Facebook will match all those emails to Facebook profiles and create a little custom audience of people for you here on Facebook. Now, if that audience is big enough, over 100, I believe is what it is, from the same country that Facebook is able to match to Facebook profiles, then what you can do is create a lookalike audience based off of that custom audience, which is where Facebook will then look at those emails you just uploaded, the profiles that they match, and then gather all that data and go find other audiences of very, very similar people, create new audiences basically of your ideal customer. So anyways, that's how that stuff kind of works. And then you've got other options here like video. This is, if you click right here, engagement, you can retarget people who have, this would be a retargeting campaign. This is where you can retarget people who have watched X percentage of your video in the past X number of days. Instagram business profile. Here you can select different options for how people have interacted with your Instagram account in the past X number of days and create an audience that way, and so on. Yeah, I think you get the idea, hopefully. If we go create lookalike audience, we'll have to select your lookalike source, which is going to be a custom audience. So we first have to create custom audiences, and then off of the custom audiences, we can create lookalike audiences. So once you've done that, you'll just need to select it from right here, or while you're right here, you could create the new source and create the custom audience from right inside of here. Once you've done that, select your audience location, select your audience size, and you can choose the number of lookalike audiences that it creates for you. And so usually where I like to start and where I see most people start is create a 0 to 1% lookalike audience. That's in theory going to be the most closely related one that Facebook could create for you. Closely related meaning the most closely related audience to whatever custom audience you're giving it to build the lookalike audience off of. You could also drag this and go to 2%, 3%, however you want. If you want to create multiple lookalike audiences right here at the same time, you could switch this to 3, for example, and I could have a 0 to 1, a 1 to 2, a 2 to 3. Or I could drag this out and have a 0 to 1, a 1 to 2, a 2 to 5. And so once you've set this up how you want, just click create audience, and then it will create those audiences for you. And then once you actually go to run your ad, inside of the ad set section in the targeting is where you'll choose your audiences, and that's where you'll be able to choose the custom and lookalike audiences that you create right here. All right, the last thing I want to touch on real quick is a really cool tool called Audience Insights. So back here in the big menu up top, scroll down under the Analyze and Report section, Audience Insights, give that a click. You don't really need to pay too much attention to this pop-up. It's stuff you can do without this pop-up. So I'm going to click don't show this again and click that away. So the main thing that Audience Insights is going to help you do is find relevant audiences that you can target. So for example, let's say that you're selling yoga pants. So in this interest section right here, if I just type in yoga pants and give that a click, that'll populate some information. So the information it's going to give me is based off of all the data that Facebook has on people that like or show interest in yoga pants. And so for what Facebook's telling us right here is that 87% of those people are women, and then it's giving us information on their relationship status, education level, etc. And then this section, which I think is really the most important, all of this is like really helpful stuff, but especially the page likes section. So if you give that a click and scroll down to this section right here, this is where it finds you the pages, the audiences with the highest affinity to the yoga pants audience. And so what Facebook's doing is it's looking at all the people it's looking at the yoga pants audience, and then it's saying this clean food crush audience is the other most closely related audience on Facebook to the yoga pants audience. So and this one has a 34 times affinity. And also this is all age ranges, all genders inside of the yoga pants audience. Clean Food Crush has a 34 times affinity. So what you would want to do essentially in theory is grab this, like if yoga pants is an interest that works for you, go throw Clean Food Crush in as an interest in your targeting and target these Clean Food Crush people. Now how you kind of want to play with this, for example, 87% women, 13% men, so we kind of really don't, like, why even include the men? This is going to be women. So if we clicked on the women gender, and we can see that they're mainly 25 to 44-year-old women. So if we switch this from where it's set to 25 to 44, and now if we go over to page likes, we'll have very different pages sitting there. See, now we've got Lime Lush Boutique with a 71x affinity. So Lime Lush Boutique is an interest that is an audience that you would want to go send an ad to if you're selling yoga pants. And then just for another quick example, let's say we're selling water bottles. Hydro Flask is a very popular water bottle brand. So if we typed in Hydro Flask right here, by the way, you could just target Hydro Flask and run an ad to the Hydro Flask audience, which would be a really good idea. But if you want to get more audiences based off the Hydro Flask audience, then how you would do that is type it in right here, click on page likes, scroll down. Okay, so Hydro Flask is right there, but Dutch Bros, Patagonia, REI, those would be other interests to target. Now that's still set a little bit broad because we left gender and age range completely wide open. So if we come back and look at demographics, it's mainly women, and it's mainly 25 to 34-year-old women, kind of 18 to 34. But let's just go 25 to 34-year-old women interested in Hydro Flask. And if we look at the page likes, give it a scroll down. Okay, so Patagonia is still there, so that would be a good one, but Urban Decay Cosmetics, Tom's, Jamba, I don't know how to say that, but there's some other ones, and with higher affinities, 112x, 111x, where when we first looked at yoga pants with everything left completely wide open, what was it, like 30, 40, 50x, something like that? I don't remember, but anyways, that's how all this works, is how you can throw stuff in, find audiences, and find the most closely related audiences, and then go target those people, send your ads to them. And if if your product's good, if your ad's good, and if you've targeted relevant audiences, that's how you get success.